everybody. Welcome to another Fresh Take. Vicky, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing. I'm doing better than Nick Fury was doing this week.
Well, he's going through it.
I mean, he going through some things. He going through some things. So, the episode started off with basically confirming they killed Maria Hill.
Killed her dead.
Yeah. So yeah, she dead. So she ain't gonna be around no more. I guess they cleared up that contract. Um. This episode deal is entitled Promises, and it kind of set up Gravik's main beef with Fury, basically. The promise basically that was you help me and I'll help find you a planet. And him and other Skrulls are kind of upset that they don't have a planet yet. And it's been about 20 odd years. So they kind of set that up as well. And the fact they're still dealing with Nick's after effects of the blip, because apparently when he got dusted, Talos was like, look, I sent the call out and people came. They were getting hunted. So I told them to come here and they came. And instead of I think it was like 200-300 people, Skrull people that he had, it's now over 1 million on Earth.
So when Captain Marvel was out in space, did she look for a planet for them?
That's a good question.
Like Nick Fury's on Earth. He can't fly around the universe.
She can.
So what was she doing in them 20 years? So before we put all of it on Nick Fury, Nick Fury was the Earthbound contact, and she was out in space. So her job was to find a planet. She ain't find a planet, or she was too busy stopping on planets and then helping and forgetting what her mission was to find a planet. And it didn't have to, did they want a whole planet? They couldn't share a planet with some other alien?
Well, that was the interesting thing, because they did bring that up in the episode. And if you know anything about the Skrulls in the comics, they're a little bit more on the prone to violence side as opposed to peaceful coexistence side. Not all of them are like that, but the main leaders are. They're like, okay, look, we'll come to your planet, but if we think we got a chance of taking it, we're gonna take it, type situation. So it's one of those things. But here they try to make it seem like that's not the case. But the way Gravik is, since he had such a messed up childhood to begin with, and all the stuff he had to do, he's basically he's more prone to violence. He's just more prone to it because of how he came up, because he lost his parents as they were being hunted. So he had to do what he had to do, and now he's just like, okay, it is what it is at this point. You told us you were gonna find this planet. You didn't do that, so we're just gonna take yours. Type situation. Now, this episode, I think, was paced a little bit better.
But what I don't understand is this.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they go look for a planet?
They're going to have to explain that. Some kind of way.
Okay, I understand that Nick Fury failed you. Because Nick Fury because there was a bunch of other alien stuff coming in. There was all this other crap. One he was just sitting chilling.
Yeah.
Crap was popping off for them 20 years. Okay.
And plus, you got to remember, he was gone for 5. He was gone for 5.
So for 15 of them years, crap was popping off, and including those 5 years that he was gone, stuff was really, falling apart. So in that time, didn't nobody just give them a spaceship so they could go find a planet?
Because apparently they had a couple, because they've been using them. So
then why didn't they go live on that planet?
Like I said, they're gonna have to explain that. They got to explain why.
I didn't understand that part.
Yeah.
Why did they go look for a planet? I don't understand that part.
Yeah.
I understand like Nick Fury, it's like Nick Fury and Captain Marvel were the social workers.
Mm-hmm.
You can look and you only can do but so much, but as a social worker, you have a large caseload. You gotta handle other things at the same time. Mm-hmm. And they encourage people to also go look themselves. So if we're trying to get you into housing, I'm gonna look at my contacts, but while I'm doing that, you should also look for housing too. They didn't do. What were they doing? I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't want to put it all and lay it all at Nick's feet. Yeah. But the other thing, the other standout to this episode to me was, and last night I was on the Stormcast with Sandstorm and Trey Vito, and I asked him after the podcast was over because he's already did his review. Trey's already did his review of episode 2, and there's a scene in here between Rhodey and Nick.
First of all, let's talk about it. Hold on. That episode was just for us black folk. Nobody else would see that but black folk.
Yeah.
That was like 1970s smooth cat daddies sitting down having a conversation. Or nobody's supposed to be privy to any of that.
No, it wasn't. But some people they didn't like that exchange, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I've been in those types of exchanges.
It made perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it made perfect sense because I've seen both sides of it. Where, hey, look, man, I just need you to do me a favor, and I've been on the side of where, bro, you ain't giving me enough to help you with to begin with, so I can't help you.
I'm doing you favors, and because of the favors I've done, you got my ass hanging out.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those situations. So I understand both sides of it because I've been on both sides of it. I've been on the side of, okay, look, man, just give me this one, just do me the solid, and I got you. And then I've been on the side of, like, bro, I've been trying to help you, and I can't help you no more because you done tied my hands, basically.
Yeah.
So
like you had our best person killed.
Yeah. In Russia, bro, where you wasn't supposed to be.
You all over CCTV like you on YouTube.
Yeah.
No. And I think we all know what he wanted to add in there, but because it was Disney Plus,
yeah, they couldn't say it.
That extra word.
Yeah.
We all know Rhodey wanted to say to him.
Yeah.
And it would have made perfect sense for him to say it in that moment.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is actually a good back and forth. And then I just see people hating on it. I'm like, okay. And it's not like it's one of those situations where I'm like, look, like you said, this ain't for everybody. This is for black folks. This ain't for everybody. If you ain't been in those conversations, you have no idea. You don't understand how it is.
And if you are the black folk person that is upset about that conversation, you done always a Nick Fury. Yeah. You ain't never been on the Rhodey side.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Oh, well, I'll say it like this, like my grandma used to say, just keep on living. Just keep on living. You're gonna find yourself in one of them situations. Just keep on living. So yeah, but I enjoyed that entire sequence. Although I do want to see where that leads into, because there was a line in there, and I can't remember the line off the top of my head right now, but there's a line there that Rhodey said, and I'm like, wait a minute, Rhodey wouldn't say that. Is he because in the first episode they had Everett Ross, and and I'm sitting there like, bro, you should be in Wakanda. Why are you here? Because you're on the run. So I'm wondering if that Rhodey ain't Rhodey.
Listen.
So, that's the thing about the Secret Invasion story. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Like, bro, you don't know who's a Skrull and who ain't. You have no idea. So now they did let it be known that Rhodey does know about the Skrull situation. Like, he's known about it for a while. So I'm like, if you know about it for a while, then you should have been able to know that something was going on with that UK Prime Minister kept You and the Slovakian lady. I thought that was funny. The Slovakian lady with the kept beeping.
Yeah, she's like, mm.
I was like,
All right.
yeah, dude. I was like, Rhodey's reaction to that. I was like, yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you because she got one more time.
Like, while I understand, not all the scrolls are on Gravik's side.
Yep.
If I was the Americans, I would have thrown the scrolls right under the bus. I'm like, actually, I would have been on the news. I'm horrible. Listen, I'm horrible. I would have been on the news. I was like, we have intel who suggest that Americans against Russian is in fact not a real terrorist group, but instead it is an alien group called the Skrulls who can mimic anybody.
Yeah.
Drop the mic in the left.
And watch chaos ensue.
So I was like, don't blame us. It wasn't us.
Now
I would be so quick to point fingers. I don't even care.
You would have called World War IV. You would have just skipped one. You would have skipped 3 and went straight to 4.
Yeah, like I'm like, because what you're not going to do, especially if the government knows about them.
Yeah.
And you basically know this is what is all involved. How are you not?
Or you would have at least made some way to tell or something.
Well, I would have been on the news. I would have put it on the news first, and then it was like, okay, now prime ministers and everybody, y'all want to sit down and talk? We can talk now.
Yeah.
And like, no, we have another video going up. While I'm meeting you right now, discussing it even more. All right.
Now
you gonna put it on us? Because like the world already knows about aliens and all that type of stuff. They're already aware of them, and they're already aware of all of that. So
yeah, I mean, there
might be times that I do blow up part of Russia, and it'd be like, oh, it's the Skrulls.
Well, yeah, because
I'll be in a position of power and be all that.
I think that, like, because it's easy to forget, like, yeah, the world has just been through what Thanos did. So it's not like they don't know about extraterrestrials and all of that. That ain't like they don't know.
Don't ever put me in power. I'll make so many quick, shady decisions. Like, what was the show? Or was that Doctor Strange's movie with the girl with the powers? Or was that her show?
Talking about WandaVision?
No, the girl who could travel through time. And no, universes.
Oh yeah, it's not Stranger's movie. Yeah. That's Multiverse of Madness, yeah.
At the very beginning, when he was like doing everything under the sun to save her and fight that thing at the same time, and then at the very last moment he decides that maybe I should just kill her. I was like, I'm sorry, what? We're not doing this. We're not doing this. For what? For what?
Okay, so don't ever be an extraterrestrial that's trying to be safe around Vicky.
No, not necessarily that. Don't make me ever choose between me and because I'm always going to choose me. And I'll choose me quick. And won't even get into the third paragraph. I chose me in the first sentence. Okay? So we're not doing that. Sorry. We're not doing that. So getting back to the whole Rhodey and Fury conversation, bro, I can't help you. And I would throw the Skrulls underneath the bus.
Yeah.
I would have found the bus, drove it up, laid up a ramp, and put them under it, and be like, doo doo. Hold on, let me back up, doo doo, because ain't no way.
Well, that being said, my other favorite character, the lady, the crazy, the crazy, I can't remember her name.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the brunette.
Yeah, so she does her own interrogation. she does it in the most polite, terrifyingly polite way. Like she's being polite, and I'm terrified.
All she did was, I mean, she cut off his finger,
Yeah,
but like she didn't terrorize him. She literally walked up, cut the finger. Okay,
you're a scroll.
I'm gonna inject you, and that was it. Like she didn't do a whole bunch of beating and all that type of stuff. No.
I'm like, dude, when she would have cut my finger off, I would have told her everything off. She would have had to inject me with nothing.
No.
You gotta inject me with the damn thing. I know you serious right now. I know you are serious. Because when she came into the butcher shop and the dude was like, the door was locked. Well, now you see it ain't locked. So what does that tell you? Like, is she just walking in, got a little purse and everything? She done picked up the little thing. I'm gonna use this. I'm like, what is she doing? Told all them dudes to leave. Asked what the escape hatch was and just straight up started terrorizing that dude. And I'm like, this is the most polite, scary thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because she just did it with a smile on her face. And I'm like, yeah, Nick was lying when he said she'd go score shirts. Like, he was not lying. Like, that lady's crazy. I love her.
Yep. She was like, hey, she might not believe Fury in the beginning, but
Yeah.
oh well, maybe she believed him, but she had her own agenda.
Yeah, she has her own little agenda. Now, Gravik, on the other hand, everybody's favorite Malcolm X, he kind of went off this week. He went off. They gave him a little action sequence, and I'm like, all right. You the truth. You the truth. All right, I give it to you. You the truth. But he's kind of like, the way they got him playing this character right now is like he's way too calm. So he's probably gonna be one of the ones when he finally gets like.
I feel like he is. He looked to Fury as a father figure, and now is a son that feels so disappointed in his father that he wants to burn down his father's world.
Yeah, he want to bring it all down.
Like he just wants to destroy Fury, and in the process, destroy everything else. But his main goal is Fury.
And my thing was, I'm like, dude, like you had, but he did explain. He's like, no, you don't hurt somebody like that by killing them. You gotta destroy. So he's trying to destroy him. I'm like, okay.
But like, besides not finding you a planet, what else did Fury do to you? Yeah. I need another episode. What did Fury do something to you personally? Because otherwise,
like, why are you that mad?
You're that mad because he didn't find you a planet? No, there has to be there needs to be something else.
Yeah. I mean, did he take your girl or something? Did he not take you to go see the opening of Shaft in 2019? I don't know, man. Like, so the other thing too is we find out that Fury got a wife.
Uh-huh.
And
like, is he then gonna go after him?
That's gonna be interesting.
I mean, go after her. That's what it feels like he gonna do.
That is gonna be very interesting because I'm sitting up here like, wait a minute, bro, you got a Skrull wife, bro? You just gonna skip the whole? Gonna go straight to the okay. Going for the Skrulls, all right. I know you Sam Jackson and everything, you know. I'm just saying.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, and I like the way they ended it because, yeah, like you said, there has to be something more to this whole Gravik being pissed off situation. I do think he's going a little bit off the deep end, and I'm glad that they're showing it like slowly instead of like all at once. Like him be going deeper and deeper, and like even Guy is seeing that, okay, this dude is off his rocker. Mm-hmm. Like at first I was down with the cause because I didn't know what all we were doing, but he's doing too much. And they hinted at something that is in the comics, the making of the Super Skrull. So I'm wondering if that's where they're going with the little scientists in that abandoned part of the Chernobyl or wherever they're at. That's working on that thing. I'm wondering if they're trying to actually make a Super Skrull. That would be interesting if they're trying to do that, because that'd that particular character is really off the chain in the comics. So that's going to be interesting to see if they actually do that in this series. Because I think we're only getting 6 episodes. So, and episode 3 is next Wednesday. So there's that. Other than that, I thought this episode was better paced than the first episode. Even though it's still an hour, it was another hour-long episode. This one was better paced, in my opinion. It didn't feel like an hour. It felt more like about 45 minutes. So it felt better. And plus, they did a good job of like not having parts drag on for too long. So there's that. I don't think we're going to get an Avengers sighting, which they pretty much put the kibosh on that from the get this week. Like, nah, they ain't showing up in this, because if they do and they get scanned or whatever, we're screwed. So we can't bring them in, which it makes sense. That does make sense. Other than that, I thought it was a good episode. What about you? Final thoughts?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it was a good episode. It'll be interesting to see, like, when, what's his name, Talos sits down with Gravik.
Mm-hmm.
When sorry, I was looking at my password. It's interesting to see that. Interesting to see what's going to happen when, like, we need that background of Gravik with Fury, because it just, that anger is misplaced or something, or like, nah, something else.
Yes.
I mean, so Fury has the Skrull's wife, right?
No, he has a squirrel wife, basically.
Yeah. So he has one. So is that the connection, that him and the wife took in Gravik and like raised him?
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. That might be the connection. And like, because we had like Talos and his daughter, so I think we'll have Fury and his like adoptive like son,
yeah, and
like kids who go astray, and like that type of like storyline thing happening. That's my theory. Let's see if I'm right or wrong.
I mean, that actually does make sense if they do it that way, because that theme is coming back into it, is the whole family dynamic thing.
Bring a wife in. There has to be, I think, that person who was standing next to him at the beginning part, when we're like, okay, that's Gravik, and like that's whoever's standing with him. I think that person
is the wife.
Who might be like the aunt to Gravik or something,
Gotcha.
And they brought, what I'm saying? I feel like that is the connection, because otherwise his anger's too spicy. Like there has to be something else to it.
Yeah, and it's all pointed at Nick.
Yeah.
It's all at Nick, and I'm
very,
like,
very personal.
Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see. Though I am enjoying it so far. So we shall see what happens in the next episode. I'm actually looking forward to it, to see what they got up their sleeve. But yeah, this episode, I enjoyed it this week. So leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about the Rhodey and Nick interaction, because I do want to hear other people's opinions on it. I saw a lot of people's opinions on it, and I didn't understand why they were mad about it, because I'm like, never had conversations like that. That doesn't make sense to me. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. So please leave a comment. Let us know what you guys thought about that interaction and what you think about the first 2 episodes. Because I think they're doing a good job with the adaptation so far. Still got 4 more episodes to go, so we shall see what happens. Vicky, anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
Yeah, as always, come on by Fangirl Review on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Pinterest, all the above. This month, it's July, is the 10-year anniversary of the Fangirl Review brand. It started as a blog and has evolved into so many different avenues. So come on by for the celebration. Now, the first week in July, yes, I won't be around. Maybe not that much because I'm traveling. But after that, the party celebration is going. So please come on by. I'm sure there'll be a giveaway of some sort. I just got to figure that out.
Yeah,
So.
cool. Just to let everybody know, there is no Winging It podcast tonight. Most of the crew is going to be doing stuff for the 4th anyway, so we just decided not to have the episode tonight. I'll probably just do a live stream, so chat will be open. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I may just do some, because I haven't done a live stream with the Sega NSO stuff yet, so since they dropped some new stuff this past week, I may jump a little bit into all 4 of those because I've never played those games before. So just stop by tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chat will be open, but there won't be an official podcast, just going to be a live stream. So if you have a chance, just come by and check us out there. Other than that, we will see you guys next Sunday and for our episode 3 discussion. Peace out, people.
Bye.